أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وبه نستعين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا ونبينا بالقاسم محمد وعلى عترة الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Welcome to our series on bringing it home Ashura. We are looking at the people who had roles to play that we know of, that we've heard about, so that we can actually not learn something new, but actually look at the role that they played and how we can bring it home into our lives. So today I'm looking at Qasim ibn Hassan. There were three sons of Imam Hassan alayhi salam from the family of Banu Hashim who were martyred in Karbala. They were Abu Bakr, Abdullah and Qasim. Qasim is someone that we have heard of again and again in every year in the lead up to the day of Ashura. And the biggest lesson that we can learn from Qasim, I feel, and bringing it home, is not to be scared of death. Qasim was worried on the night of Ashura, but he wasn't worried about death. He was worried that he wouldn't get Shahada. To me, the bringing it home message here is to worry about something that I can actually do something about. Death is something that is going to happen to all of us. I can't do anything about it. I can't move away from it. It's something that is going to happen. But Shahada is not something that is destined, that is for sure written. And Qasim is worried that what if he is not one of the Shaheed? And this is something he can actually do something about. So he goes and talks to his uncle. He can pray for this. He can try to convince his uncle. He can talk to his mum. He can talk to, there's something you can do about it. So again, when we worry about something, let us look at whether we can do something about it. And if we can, then let's do something about it and then leave it in Allah's hands. If we can't do anything about it, then just leave it in Allah's hands. What is the point of worrying about it? What does the worry achieve other than using up energy and time which could be spent much better? The idea is to realize that we are not in control, that Allah is in control. And therefore, if I hand over the control to Allah, then what is there for me to worry about? If I truly trust Allah, then I really wouldn't worry. If I find myself worrying, then I need to question myself, and why am I worrying? Is it because I do not trust Allah? Or is it because I have not done everything that I can do? If I haven't done everything I can do, then let me do everything I can do. So Qasim actually, because he's worried about not getting Shahada, he thinks to himself, okay, let me go and talk to my uncle. So he goes to his uncle and he says to him, Ya Imam, let it not be the case that my name is not in the roll of the martyrs. So he's actually asking Imam, am I in the roll of martyrs? Am I going to be one of the ones that become Shaheed? Imam very beautifully he doesn't answer him, but he answers him with a question. He asks him, Ya Qasim, how do you see death? What are your thoughts on it? What do you think about it? And Qasim's reply is amazing. And we've heard this so many times, but let me just look at it in a little bit more depth. He says, Oh my Imam, if it is in your service, in your defense, it is sweeter to me than honey. Now, honey is so sweet. It is so beneficial. It's God didn't say sweet. Qasim didn't say sweeter than sugar, because sugar is not good for us, whereas honey is actually good for us. So it's beautiful that the words that these personalities use. It is sweeter to me than honey, but only if it is in your service and it is in your defense. So if I know that my death is while I am on the right path, while I am on the path of haqq, then it would be sweeter to me than honey. Why do we worry about death? Why are we scared of death? There are different reasons. One could be because no one's come back from dying to tell us what it's like. So we really don't have much knowledge about what will happen after death. And that scares us. Obviously, when you don't have knowledge, it's scary. One way we can get around this is actually by finding out more about death. What is written in the Holy Quran? What is written in our Hadith? What is written in our books? There's a beautiful book written by Sheikh Bahmanpur, translated by Abbas Jafar, Sheikh Abbas Jafar on, written by Sheikh Rahmanpur and translated by Sheikh Abbas Jafar. It is called Towards the Eternal Truth or Towards the Eternal Journey or something like that. And it's a book which talks about death from the perspective of the Holy Quran and a Hadith. And it's a very positive book. It's a very beautiful book. In fact, by the end of it, I'm guaranteeing you will be looking forward to death, because it puts it in such a beautiful way. And if we're following our religion, if we're submitting to the will of Allah, then it is something that we would crave for and look forward to, because it means we're one step closer to meeting our Lord, to reaching Jannah, which is what we've been created for. The other reason why most people are scared of death is because we know what sins we've committed. And obviously that's very, very scary. But again, the fact that God has given us life to ask for forgiveness, the fact that He tells us, we're told by Imam Sajjad alayhi salam in Dua Tawbah that the doors of Tawbah are open. So we don't have to knock, we don't have to find the key, we just have to walk through, because the door of Tawbah is open. So now is the time that if I'm truly scared of death because I'm scared of the things that I've done in my life, then let me ask for forgiveness. Let me turn back to Allah. Let me right the wrong. Let me ensure that I don't do the same thing again and again, the same sin again and again. And in that way, then I can move past being scared of death. Death is something that is written for us because we were never created for this world. This world is only a stopover. It's like, for example, if I'm going for ziyarah, the stopover is Turkey. And because everything is halal there, and I get so pulled into all the amazing restaurants and everything that's there, and I forget about the ziyarah trip, everyone will look at me and say, "You crazy? What did you do? You weren't meant to stop there forever, for the whole time. You were just supposed to be there for a stopover for a few hours." In the same way, our life is only for a few years. 60, 70, 80, 90 years is not much compared to eternity, which is what the hereafter will be. So this is just a stopover. The world is a womb for the growth of my soul. Allah has put me in this material world so that my spiritual soul can grow. In the same way, He put the fetus, a physical being, which is going to live in dry land, He put it in the womb of our mothers, where it is in liquid. But that's where the fetus grows. And it's when it's outgrown the womb of the mother that it comes out of the womb into this world. In the same way, my spiritual being, my soul, lives in this physical world, and this physical world is its womb. And until I have grown to a level where I outgrow this world, then I will move on to the next stage of my journey towards Allah. And that entails death. So I should be looking forward to death, because it means that I have got to a stage where, inshallah, I have grown so much that I have outgrown this world. Or it may mean that I have reached as close to my potential that I choose to reach, and before I start going downhill, Allah, out of His love and mercy, has taken me. Whatever the situation, death is something that I should be looking forward to. So Ya Allah, give me the tawfiq in order to sort out my life, in order to ask for forgiveness, in order to learn more about death, so that I actually truly look forward to it, because that means that I am getting closer to you, Ya Allah. Because as I die, the veils will be removed, inshallah. Please join me tomorrow for the next session on Ashura, bringing it home. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.